Gyrocopter with Flat Cannon and then Winter Wyvern ulti, you hit the enemy teams if like, let's say Sand King is cursed and Gyro has Flat Cannon up.
Yes, it is. You hit all the enemies around you still.
So but you're not hitting. So you're hitting the enemy team.
Yeah, you're not hitting your own teammate. Yeah. So
That-
what happens when Winter Curse is active? Basically, that guy just becomes an enemy.
Huh.
Like not you become an enemy to your team.
Right.
Yeah. So there's only that one unit that gets cursed is an enemy at that time.
So the thing that I'm thinking that's kind of funny about that is Winter's Curse it might end up actually killing Vici Gaming if they get the wrong one. Then they wouldn't do any damage to the rest of them.
It could happen. Yep.
All right, the dream. That's how compLexity win this game. Bad Winter's Curses. Probably not the only avenue for them to win. Hopefully, otherwise they're probably going to lose the game.
Yeah, and a bit outdrafted if that is the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, Weaver's probably going to look to go into a Desolator because Gyro is quite weak to minus armor. And so is Nature's Prophet, although the position 4 Prophet usually built into Solar Crest to kind of combat the problem. And yeah, have to see what CoL is going to pick up next. The Wind Ranger.
Wow, a little bit of a different look this time around.
It got very buffed this patch,
Yeah.
and the last patch as well. But we'll have to see how it works out.
Oh, and then the immediate Storm Spirit answer.
Well, it's going to be a bit rough, man. They don't have a lot to do with the Storm right now.
So to me, this is looking like then a safe lane Wind Ranger? Is that what you think? Or do you think
I
that they're
think
going to switch it up now?
It's probably more like a safe lane Gyro right now then.
Okay.
Because like, safe lane Wind Ranger makes no sense.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I guess the thing I was worried is you were saying that like they like to run the Gyrocopter in the mid lane, but this it still fits.
I mean, it's still a very strong diving hero, right? Because of Wind Run. You can like literally just run through a tower and attack heroes.
Right.
I'm not sure why they thought it's very good though, because it's not particularly good at killing Weaver either.
Right.
Or the bug that Weaver puts on you. So it's a very curious pick. Maybe they have like. Then again, it's very strong with the Prophet combination. You do Sprout and you Shackle.
Oh my God. I don't know about that. Does it? I mean, it's
very
cool.
strong. No, because you know, as soon as you see the Shackle in the air, you just press the Sprout.
Okay.
It's 100% Shackle.
Okay.
And the Shackle lasts for like what, 3.7 seconds now.
So you really like that? You think that that's the?
It's a very strong combination. It has been used a lot back then.
Okay.
But then again, the Storm Spirit. If he gets a good game, this game is gonna become impossible.
Right.
So they need to make sure they actually keep him down, and they have the right tools for it, because they have the Prophet position 4 who can dive him.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I just assume it's position 4 because Seafreak always plays it usually.
Yeah. Well, and I guess if they wanted to switch it up, they could as well. And it's the
very
same
open.
thing as a problem. Like, no matter if it's position 4 or position 3, Nature's Prophet is going to be able to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit less effective otherwise. And Underlord. Last pick for Vici. And compLexity immediately with the Pugna. What is happening? Where are these heroes going?
Again.
Move
So it's off that
Pugna.
Pugna. Support Sand King. No, support Wind Ranger. And support Sand King.
Safe lane
So it's a safe lane Prophet. They were completely wrong.
Oh my God! Look at the Winter Wyvern wings; those are not loading correctly. The game has been broken.
I mean,
Okay,
Holy shit! The Winter Wyvern is angry, man.
not happy.
It's not what we predicted at all. It's a very fast-paced lineup, very strong against the Storm Spirit because Storm's weakness, especially early, is a 5-man. But Underlord is quite good against it.
So are we looking at Z-Freak just roaming mid and killing Storm Spirit over and over and over again? Is that going to be his play this game?
Well, yeah, because the Prophet safe lane is pretty like self-sustainable.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anyone there. So the two supports are very, very free to roam. And they can definitely just dive middle very, very easily.
That seems like it's kind of cool. You have this combination now where they make him look one way, think that it's going to be Prophet and the 4, and then they stick at 1, and now they can dive over and over and over again with the gyro mid.
It's still a gyro mid, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it because you put the rocket on him, and he has to be scared. And as soon as he gets dinked into the tower...
Every time I load, these are showing up in a different way. I don't know what the heck is happening. We're taking that one off. We're getting rid of it. Boom, shakalaka. Easy peasy.
Yeah. It looks like a very cheesy draft, though, from CoL.
It does.
Like very, very cheesy.
It's a little NA draft. It's the way of it.
So we have Pitlord off lane, of course, or Underlord. Storm mid. Carry Weaver. I wonder how... A Prophet does pretty poorly against Underlord on the lane 1v1, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen the matchup yet too much.
Well, he's
but in theory, it should be quite bad for a Prophet.
He's got an Orb of Venom queued up, so I'm wondering if he wants to try and get that type of harassment, because that's something that we've seen be somewhat strong.
Yeah, because occasion. 15 damage every hit.
Right.
Like bonus.
That seems like it's decent. Although you can't buy it at the side shop anymore, so Chessie is...
So queuing that up is a bit awkward, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be okay.
Because usually what you want to do then is start with the Orb of Venom and buy the boots at the side shop.
That's a good point. Well, we'll see if maybe he gets it ferried out later. Yeah. If one of these heroes ends up going down.
Partner offlane, we haven't seen it for a very long time. Kind of died out of the meta.
I mean, it's just last patch, right?
Yeah. I mean, like after TI, that patch.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what was it? 7.00, right?
7.00.
Yeah. After that patch, we haven't seen partner offlane anymore, which I'm not sure why, because it actually didn't get nerfed.
And I guess it still does the same thing that it was always doing.
It still does the same thing.
Speaking of Orb of Venom, Moo's got one of them as well, so he wants to punch somebody on the little green man.
He wants to put on the hurt on the Weaver. Although Weaver is a very strong laner against the partner.
Why is that?
Even if you decrepify yourself, you still have the Beetle on you. So, and the minus armor keeps stacking up during that time too. And you can't really harass him too much, because every time you trade with him, it's going to be favorable for the Weaver.
That just all sounds bad. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's not the best matchup.
Well, they leave the bounty rune there. An offering for Fenrir. Please don't Arctic burn me. Take my bounty rune.
Yeah, but bot lane Sanking is actually going to help the Prophet for a while.
Okay.
Looks like Young 11, or Old 11, wants to steal the creep wave away. Very well done.
This is the combo. We've seen it over and over again. I guess the other thing is you kind of... it's less capable of diving Ori early until he gets a couple levels on Limp, right? Because you need Rocket Barrage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Wind Ranger, you can see it right now. He skilled Power Shot level 1 just to harass him. Okay. Like you rocket stun him and then you get a guaranteed Power Shot. I mean, it sounds kind of funny, but he just dropped like 25% health. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Because Power Shot level 1 is 180.
That's crazy damage.
Yeah.
For only
strongest
90 mana?
1. Yeah, strongest nuke level 1.
Jeez.
But yeah, the partner can't lane top like at all against the triple lane. This is impossible.
Yeah, and they're bringing Z-Freak there. So I guess that they just want to give him one initial level there from Ori. Rather limp through to Ori, and now afterwards going to head away. Z-Freak just trying to give a couple punches here and there for Lanham, and then walk away from him.
I actually want to see how they make Gyro work this game again, because generally speaking, it's not a very strong mid hero compared to other heroes, but they make it work, so I want to see what they do. They will probably TP in the Prophet at some point to try and kill the Storm, because as I said before, if the Storm gets out of control, it's going to be very, very hard to deal with them.
A couple more punches there. Lanham going to take some damage. They do have to be careful. One decrep into Power Shot Nether Blast is going to be a ridiculous amount of damage if they can hit it.
Yeah, one decrep is going to make sure the Power Shot is actually 200 pure damage pretty much.
God, look at Paparazzi. He's almost dead.
Screen right click, huh?
Yeah. Got to watch out for those Power Shots as well.
Yeah, he went a pretty greedy build. So, Prophet... I wonder whether he's going to go for the face boots first or the Orb of Venom. Probably the face boots.
Kyle burrows to make sure that he's able to steal away the rune. There's a haste there, which Kyle is not going to go for, instead opting for the gold.
Yeah, went for the 2 bounty runes. Very standard play for a Sanking. So mid lane right now, looking very, very even.
Yeah, Limp is 11-2 versus the 12-5, or excuse me, 12-0 of the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. Weaver 11-3 to the partners. I guess now 8-0. Yeah. So also very, very even. The Slaughter didn't really do much this game yet. Like, he didn't really help middle, he didn't really help safe lane. He was just kind of running around.
Yeah, and he, like down here, you're seeing Kyle not able to do much to Young 11, but at least he's ensuring that Chessie's going to be able to get the farm constantly.
As soon as this Prophet has face boots, it's very strong against the Pit Horde because it's plus damage, not white damage. It doesn't get reduced by the aura. So he's going to put on the hurt on him.
Absolutely.
He's probably going to TP back soon, as he has money for the Orb of Venom.
Top lane, move, gets caught there for a moment. You're talking about that bug persisting through, and it is doing just that. Lanham, though, just around, not able to get any amount of damage onto him, and well, there's back out again.
This offlane is putting out a lot of pressure. As I said before, Lanham doesn't really get anything done here.
Is there another place you would rather see him?
I think if you just started bottom, it would have been really hard for Radiant to actually deal with him. But now that window is kind of gone, so I'm going to go for the partner again.
Yeah, going for the crush.
Beat
They
us on
are
cooldown
holding on to
for
it.
3
Good
seconds.
shackle and able to walk away. Z-Freak also not going to be gone in here. I don't
He's dead.
know if they can find. All right, yeah, just ends up going down.
Yeah.
First blood there in the mid lane though. They
Yeah,
find a
TP
kill.
in, yeah.
Easy
That's
kill.
what we were talking about. Rocket on him, you TP in, you summon your trees, and you have like 3 tanks.
Yeah,
And he
Doesn't
didn't even
actually-
skill Rocket Barrage.
that's kind of crazy.
How did they kill him without it? Damage shouldn't be that high.
Nice punch him, man. He's got his phase boots. He's happy as a clam.
Yeah, I guess Prophet hits quite hard. 100 damage per hit.
Well, meanwhile, the wrap is coming from Vici, as maybe they're a little bit upset about their Storm Spirit dying just a second ago. He's going to put the rocket on him yet again. The wraparound is coming, though. The tower is tanking it, and the power shot through. Ori is dropping fairly low. If Limp can survive this somehow, they might be able to find the return kill onto the Storm Spirit instead. They lose one. Man, Vici really struggling through this early stage.
I really like what they're doing. As we said early, the Storm is the weak point they have in the early game, and the strong point they have in the late game. So holding him down, keeping him down is very, very important, and they're focusing on just that. Very good to see.
And they're still making sure that, you know,
So they did a lane swap. Partner went down to bot lane, and Prophet just went to the jungle. I think they needed that because Moo can't stay top.
Yeah, that was rough. We could see it already. And with Z-Freak rotating around, it's better to be able to go there for the kill. Oh, takes down Lanham. Rocket into power shot every time.
Really strong, yeah. 200, how much is it now? 260 damage. On top of the 225 damage of the rocket, or 250 damage of the rocket even.
That's pretty nuts.
That's like 500 magic damage.
All right, well, don't hang out there in the mid lane. It's
Pretty good combo, man.
Yeah, it's not good.
I call it so cheesy.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. I love my cheese. You see that now?
God, Ori.
Rocket and
It's going to hit.
power shot's not going to deal a lot of damage.
Oh, God, they thought about bringing in the...
Oh, it did. See, half health instantly.
They thought about bringing in the Nature's Prophet there as well.
I think they just wanted to scare them.
Yeah. Get in their heads.
They have a call down too, so next time they might actually just go for it.
Well, and also over to the side here, Lanham wants to help out his buddy. Very afraid of what could keep coming out from this. As far as like the way that Vici deal with this type of aggression, do they just sort of, what do they do?
Okay, so we have to keep in mind that the Pit Lord had a really good lane, and so did the Weaver.
Oh God, Ori's dead. Like you said,
Again.
the calldown's there. He's just gone.
Yeah, they're just diving him. But now that's what I mean. Also, Weaver had a very good game. He's just wow, that shackle shot.
Oh,
If that shackle didn't connect, if that shackle didn't connect, the gyro probably would have died. I was just gonna touch on the Weaver, what kind of a good game he has, and that he has to make space for his team, and he tried to do just that, but didn't get anything out of the TP rotation, unfortunately.
I don't know if they're going to be able to stick the Storm in the lane anymore.
And Storm is going to jungle for 6 first, I think. Like, he needs his ult, and as soon as he has his ult, he can actually just dodge the rockets.
Yeah.
So that's most important right now. Get Storm to level 6, stack the jungle for him, bring him back into the game.
All right, I have a new thing I'm trying in my pubs. I'm going to get somebody to play with me. They play Nature's Prophet, and I just rock people. This is going to be great.
It is actually really strong, man. And they have a power shot too.
Yeah.
Their power shot is dealing a lot of damage.
Kyle up in the top. He is level 5 on the Sand King. We'll have the Sandstorm as well, but they bring in the Sentry. Chessie shows up. Apparently they want to battle this. Not able to get the secondary Bro Strike off Lanham. Gonna live through this. Ori almost level 6, but he's taking a lot of damage here as well if he's not careful with the rotations.
He's just taking it. 14 sticks.
Ah, okay, he'll be fine.
Oh, he's a 1 billion HP region for me.
It was a lot of regen, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know how it says like plus whatever? And it
Uh-huh.
was like a billion or something for me.
Really?
Yeah. Like 12 digits.
That seems OP.
Cute little bug. The Gyro used CoL and push up mid lane, mid tower, 300 health, but they're not just gonna give it up. Pit Lord's there already. I keep calling him Pit Lord, Underlord. Underlord.
Oh, it's fine.
Pit Lord is Walker 3.
People know what you're talking about.
Copyright.
Ain't no thing. Well, look at this. Moo again. Having to deal with paparazzi. Goes for the TP away. We'll be able to complete that one.
That's what I mean. The Weaver just completely dominates the partner on the lane. So him actually following the partner around is very, very good. And they want to give Fenrir level 6 top lane. Close level 5. The level 6 Winter is going to be important too. Yeah. So Storm found a couple of stacks.
So we saw this sort of like beginning kind of meme build for the Storm Spirit to try and deal with him. How well does this transition into like a real draft afterwards for compLexity? Do you feel like they need to get a lot done still?
I still feel like if the Storm gets a good game, he would just dominate them. We're actually seeing top lane slaughter. Both supports should just be dead here.
Yeah. No way out of that one. Burrow strike and a double kill for Moo.
That CoL is really good at that. Just like converging on all sides and just killing you.
Oh, God. They didn't reveal that Limp was here either. Ori is in a ton of trouble. He does have his level 6 trying to get away, but he used all his mana to zip over to the shrine. Now the rest of them are showing up, but they could still take this fight if they want to. They're thinking about it. The root is there. Moo trying to run away now. Everybody else showing up. The epicenter's coming from Kyle, trying to find Paparazzi. Can he get the kill? Not quite. The bug still on him. They're also life draining, but able to dodge away from that one with the time lapse. Now Moo needs to run as well as Kyle. He does have another Burrow strike in 30 mana. It's not going to happen, though. And the chase, Moo, they force him back. Limp already used call down. The Rocket's going to connect while Kyle dies up top. And that's the end of it. Unless Moo wants to get a little bit testy.
It was a pretty deep dive from compLexity, but it gives a lot of space to the Windrunner. He's going to face boost Blink Dagger, actually. I'm not face boost, mana boost Blink Dagger. Very curious.
You like it?
I think for support it's good, because you want to give your chorus mana as a support, and the Blink Dagger. It's just what I don't like about it, it is so unreliable.
Yeah.
Like I say, you blink in, you miss your shackle, you don't really offer anything to your team.
Well, Moo found another kill in the top lane.
Yep.
I guess the other nice thing about it is he can go for maybe the win run slow talent. I don't know. It's 1.75 mana regen too good, though?
It's a lot of mana regen.
Yeah.
The question is, do you need it when you have mana boots already?
Right.
And it could definitely be viable to do that, like the wind run slow, because then you slow enemies by like, what, 60% I think it is?
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of slow.
Yeah, 60% on max level.
All right. Well,
yeah, the Storm got a DD right now, so he's going to try to look and kill the Windrunner, which is very hard because of Windrun, of course.
Top lane, they're diving up here for Paparazzi. They get the time lapse off, though, so not able to find that kill, and Young 11 rotates in as well. Like you're saying, they're getting a little bit frisky down their bottom, but not going for anything as of yet. Kyle sticking around and finally decides to back out again as they go for the Tier 1 tower second round.
Yeah, but the game is stabilizing a bit now, slowing down.
Well, strike.
Not really.
All right, they're going again. Fenrir dies. Just like that.
Just burst down.
They don't realize that this is not the direction to their tower, and Limp left completely alone while the rest of them went to the east. Kyle's in trouble. He doesn't have mana. He does have a stick charge and a burrow strike to try and turn it. Moo, can they make this work? They are going to be able to bring down that Slardar. Now, they're actually going to try and go for the Dark Rift away. They're doing a lot of damage here. Young 11, is he going to live through this? No! He ends up being brought down. A triple kill from Moo. He does eventually fall, but he bought his Veil first at 11 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind the Storm as well as the Weaver just got a lot of gold from these fights. And those are the two heroes they already have a hard time controlling.
Right.
If they get fat, it's going to be tough. It's just going to be very tough. And you see Storm is really back into the game already. Third in net worth chart. And Weaver is a bit ahead of the Gyro. I feel like CoL needs to calm down a bit and actually just focus on the objective.
Okay.
Because they like dive the tower and then like somebody gets picked off down here.
So when you say calm down a little bit, what does that mean to you?
Well, of course, it's very hard to push a tower against Pitload, right?
Yeah.
So what they need to do is be smart about it, because what they just did is like they traded 4 heroes for 3.
Right.
Which is not good if you are the aggressor, right? Because as we spoke before, I spoke about it before, if the Storm becomes huge, they don't really have any way to deal with him. So if they keep feeding him these kills, you can see it, he's already back in the game. And it's just going to be very rough for them. So what they should do is just like systematically push down these towers, like what they're doing right now.
Okay. So stick Moo up here. Yeah. Don't try and bring a ton of heroes to fight. Just sort of.
Like what should happen is he's blasting the tower, and the Gyro should be killing here with Moo.
Okay.
Because Moo is the tower taker, and Gyro is the fighter.
Right.
At this point of the game.
But they switched it around last time.
They switched it around, and then they got they paid for it.
Okay. Well, Young 11, in the meantime, has hit level 10.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other levels on these heroes are quite significant.
He has a hood as well.
Firestorm wave damage and a hood.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to kill him.
And he's going to be able to burn through those creep waves. Hard indeed. compLexity looking for an answer for themselves, and
the supports are so poor. Except Seafreak. Seafreak is always rich.
He always has the money. He's just almost up there with the Underlord.
He always has his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, it's also the Gyrocopter who finishes the Mask of Madness, and, well, that's actually, instead of the Blink Dagger, Z-Freak's going for Hand of Midas.
All right. Let's go.
Screw
I
you
like it.
guys.
I like it.
Talk to me through. What's the idea here?
I don't know. It's just
Okay.
it's just a very greedy item, right?
Yeah.
So he says, "I'm gonna carry you guys.
All right.
Trust me." I mean, if you should trust anyone, it should be him, right?
He's a player.
Yeah.
I feel like he's always like top 4 or one of the top 4.
Bot lane.
Oh no, they ended up going for the wrong way. I think that they life drained Kyle instead of the Storm.
It wouldn't have killed him regardless.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that he appied there. There was no follow-up stun.
Yeah.
Like, did he think he would just not ball away? Or
I can't tell you.
yeah, that was a curious decision.
And now Paparazzi going to run into Kyle. Should be a quick kill here.
He has Sandstorm, though. Do we have a sentry?
Sandstorm time. Let's see it. Oh, he runs away. Yeah, they have a sentry. Oh, it's an observer ward down.
Bum. And
Yeah,
dead.
it's fallen.
Well played.
They do get away with Moo at least. So Moo's able to walk away from that
Yeah.
one.
Actually, Underlord was a very strong hero against theirs. What do you think against the lineup?
Yeah, I like it. He's always so good at just being able to like push out creep waves without putting himself at too much risk.
Did you think the partner pick, because it was instant, right? I didn't even think.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it might be a bit too like just too set on it because they?
You're trying to bait me into flaming Kyle, and
No,
I'm gonna get in trouble here. I know
I
it.
don't want you to blame him. It's just like, do you think they were just like picking it no matter what comes up, and the pit lord is actually an amazing choice against their lineup? Because it just came up instantly, right?
Yeah, I
They
could see
didn't
it.
think there was a.
I think that's something that definitely could be said. It's sort of tough because like they have this idea for the way that they want this draft to run, and you know they on Vici kind of recognize it. I mean, and let's keep in mind too, compLexity is still up 2,000 net worth.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's
Like-
just nowhere from being bad for them. I was just wondering whether they were a bit too hasty when they drafted.
Yeah,
Because they didn't take their time. They still had a lot of time.
yeah. Well, in the meantime, it's going to be a tier 1 tower starting to drop here in the bottom lane as
All
well.
right. Weaver, 20 mana break as well as Diffusal Blade. 70 mana burn per hit. And people flame
disgusting.
anti-mage. For what?
I don't know, man. They're going for it. It's happening. No, they did
He
the life
life
train
trained
again.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's not good. Moo, he's getting gone on now. The epicenter, they're trying to make it work. Is it going to be enough, though? They're doing some damage to Ori, but not nearly enough. Burrow Strike comes a second later, is on cooldown, and Kyle looking for an opening, and Limp just going to throw a rocket on him. But guess what? Vici, they're gone. They're out of there.
We're out,
See you later,
guys.
folks.
It was the second time he pressed the life train on Sand King.
Yeah,
He needs to be a bit careful with that.
I think so. I mean, the guy, who was it? Was that Underlord? Do you think he
Underlord.
do you think he dies there? If
He
they,
wouldn't have died, but he's a lot lower.
Yeah.
And at the end, he had like, what, 300, 400 health left?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, whether he dies or not is not important, right? You should always like do the proper thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
But you know, mistakes happen. Dota is actually just a game of mistakes.
And who makes the less mistakes?
And yeah,
Jesse.
that's what I mean. The
down.
Storm can just now single-handedly kill this carry Prophet, and he can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He will have his Orchid soon, but even then, Storm can just jump on him, and his Motor just gonna kill him.
Does feel like maybe they're going
smoked
to
up,
need
by the
this
way?
Midas. Yeah. We'll see if they can find him. It's a nice pickup here as they're going to run into the Weaver and find that kill.
I am so surprised he didn't time-lapse there. He ran like for a second, but didn't time-lapse.
Yeah.
He would have probably died regardless,
Mhm.
but you should always waste more time if you can, you know? Even 1 2 seconds, that means the bot tower can go down instead.
For sure.
Like that.
Well, the tier 1 tower is going to drop down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
As, well, maybe not. Lanham gets caught for a moment, able to Coiling Blade his way out of there. The rocket is chasing, though. It's going to
it's
be
too
a
fast.
lot of damage. Lanham
Bum.
getting dove, getting killed, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, it's happening. So the next couple of minutes, how do you see this working out for both teams? What's going to be their
Well,
objectives?
CoL
here?
has to apply a lot of pressure because Storm just finishes Bloodstone. And if VG wins the next fights, it's going to be...
Oh, he didn't get him that time. Oh, no, but the turnaround. Winter's Curse now onto Moo. It's going to be a lot of damage. They have the pull there. They're going to be able to take down one. Epicenter does come out, but it's not enough to take down Young 11, and Moo falls.
And this is how the Storm snowballs. 16 Bloodstone charges now. And he's going into Kaya next. Then I would imagine a BKB right after. And as soon as he gets his BKB, they can't combat him
Really?
in team fights. They need to initiate on him first, and burst him down with the Wind Ranger blink if he's going for that. He is, and then just like all out burst on him.
So I don't think ever in Dota 2 the game is decided by an item, but do you think this changes a little bit if Z-Freak ended up going for that blink dagger earlier?
It would have definitely made them be able to play more aggressively. But ultimately I don't know how much I like Midas on position 4 this patch. It's very greedy, and you can't contribute a lot to your team. Like, I mean, early game he did a lot, right?
Yeah.
But ever since then, what did he really do?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah. And I don't want to fault him as a player for that.
Of course.
This is Wind Ranger, right?
Yeah.
Like we spoke about, a very unstable position 4 hero. And I'm not too experienced with the position 4 Windrunner. Maybe you need the Midas to stay relevant later on.
Yeah.
Kind of transition to a core, which can work. But there, of course, if you go for the blink dagger earlier, you can apply a lot more pressure than you could otherwise.
Well, in the meantime, they get the silence there. The Orchid on to Lanham, almost able to find the kill, but the pipe comes in, and, well...
The pipe actually saved them.
Yeah.
I think it would have popped from that.
Magic resistance giving that extra bit. Now the jump forward yet again. Burrow Strike try and separate them out, but honestly, I don't know if it's going to end up mattering at all. Moo is just going down here. More Bloodstone charges into Ori's pocketbook, and
17.
this is a terrifying moment to be playing against the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. The problem, they also have an Orchid now, so they have some ways to deal with him. It's just the issue is, when he jumps you, you kind of just explode, because there's no BKBs on the side of CoL at all. And you can pretty much just pick whoever he wants to kill right now.
This could be nice. Limp does have an Invis rune.
Scouting them.
With Manta, Mask of Madness, if they wanted to fight, it's still, you'd love to be able to get a better kill than this, but it might have to be what they take. And there's the jump forward. They got the jump. They got the kill.
He's dead.
I mean, Limp is still a monster, and we've seen Gyrocopters be able to carry into the later stages of this game.
For sure, for sure. It's just scary when you don't have, like, a lot of tools to deal with a storm.
Yeah.
Where it just kind of kills your entire team, and then a Gyro can't really 1v5. And as we said before, Starter plus Weaver together are very strong against a Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Like, look at his armor right now. 20, right?
Oh my goodness. In the mid lane, they're going to be able to take him very low. It's a long duration shackle. He's still stunned up. He's taking a lot of damage. The Cold Embrace is actually going to kill him. They throw the Winter's Curse too late, and they lose the Storm Spirit. Now Kyle looking for an opening. He has a Burrow Strike back up in one. Going to connect on a Fenrir, take him down as well. 3 fall. Vici throwing away a little bit of a lead there.
Yeah, very well done. Because the Piddler was still dead.
Yeah.
And they capitalized on the opportunity they had. Like, Storm thought he has a kill middle, but as CoL always do, they're just 5 there immediately. I don't know how they do it. They're like magicians.
They always are there.
But you know, they're always suddenly there.
Yeah.
And Storm paid. And yeah.
Oh, looking for
Very
the shackle.
pickoffs.
Oh, okie dokie in the jukey juke.
Jukey juke.
Lanham's out of there.
Yep. This gyro is getting really big.
Yeah. So that was something, I guess. An overextension from the Storm Spirit is a way to make work of it, but...
Yeah, -6 Bloodstone charges. Big deal. And he's actually going BKB first on Weaver. I thought he would go Desolator for sure. Curious. And BKB is not bad by any means against the Alliance. It's purely magical at this point. Well, I guess Gyro and Prophet have a little bit of physical, but not too much. And yeah, the BKB makes a lot of sense.
For sure.
He does like a bit of damage, though.
Yeah, I guess because of that Fusel Blade, like you were saying, all of the mana break.
Yeah.
It's helpful, but...
You see the Wind Ranger actually has as much money as the Pit Lord.
That's pretty great. Z-Freak is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this one. And
he's going to transition into a core for sure.
I mean, power shotting constantly. He did end up going for the mana regen talent.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. If you're just going to be there power shotting out waves, then...
I don't even know if the arcane boots are enough then. And like
they're not.
6.8 is nice.
Yeah. They're definitely not enough.
All right, well, compLexity making a movement up towards the top lane, but a bigger move is being made by Vici. And they are moving towards Vision more so. Limp may be in trouble. They jump forward. They crush. Amp damage there as well. Can they do anything to save him? Chetsy is here, but it's not nearly going to be enough. And now they brought everybody, but they might be throwing him into death. Oh, my God. Z-Freak, run away, buddy. He's getting out of there.
Chessy just kind of TP'd into his death. And now the Storm's going to have an Aegis.
Yeah.
That is a terrifying thing to go up against. But you see what I mean? I wanted to get it a bit earlier. Look at the Gyrocopter's armor. It's 18 right now, +2 from the Aquila. 1 amplified damage, and it's just 5 armor.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Then you have a Weaver who does a swarm on you, and you're just dead.
Right.
That's also why I thought he would go for a Desolator, which he didn't in the end.
Oh my god, Moo. They caught him all the way on the other side of the map. That is so depressing.
And that is Kaya Storm.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, he's back up to 14 Bloodstone charges.
And an Aegis. And a Kaya.
Game is hard. So, Maelstrom next for Z-Freak?
The problem is Gyro's not really going for carry items, more like utility. He's going for Heaven's Halberd next.
Oh, they didn't end up going for the shackle tricks there. They're going to end up finding it afterwards now, and
He still got mech.
he's living.
Yeah,
Under
can't
Young
kill him.
11. He's not going down that easily. My god, look at the damage on Z-Freak! He's topping so low, and he's going to end up dying here as the bugs wear off, but the shackle trying to escape, not going to be enough. No, the blink away. He does manage to get away for the moment. And he picks up an Invis rune to boot. Z-Freak somehow made his way out of there.
Ah! The
Raindrops. Are you kidding me? Oh, he went right through him. He's going through again. Z-Freak, get out of there. You got to blink, buddy.
How does he know he's there?
I don't know. Oh, my God. He got away.
What a map hacker.
All right, now in the mid lane, they're trying to take down the Storm Spirit. A great crush to interrupt it, but the rocket is connected now onto Storm Spirit. It's not quite enough damage, though Ori is able to escape. Paparazzi pops his BKB afterwards, and the time-lapse comes out. It's still a good amount of damage onto him, but...
Yeah. I actually feel like the Storm should have gone on the Prophet, just pull him out of the TP and kill him, because it's beat away 300 health right in front of him.
Yeah.
And he still had an Aegis too.
That's a good point.
But just choosing the safe way, why not? I like being safe.
That's fair.
So almost is Dota gonna go for Force Staff is the question. He most likely is, and he almost has it.
God,
He's got a lot of gold. Yep. Winter already has a Force Staff going up for Blink Dagger next. So Guardian Greaves on Underlord. Of course, amazing to dispel the Orchid.
Yeah, that's definitely needed. Kyle is definitely hurting for net worth right now. He's been the sacrificial one, and just letting Z-Freak get everything that he
position
wants.
5 sanking is rough to play.
Yeah.
Because you need that blink. Storm, 600 gold until BKB, and it's going to be very hard to fight afterwards.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. He does a lot of damage there. I was wondering about this before. There's a lot of people that were theory crafting that Javelin, this is a casual item, would be pretty good for Wind Ranger. What do you think about that with the changes?
It's very strong. Because it's pure damage. Like 100 pure damage every 4th hit, basically.
Right.
And if you're a support Wind Ranger, you don't really have a lot of damage. So I think it's pretty value. The question is, that I ask myself a lot too, is it better than Maelstrom? Because the lightning procs also did a lot of damage.
Right.
So usually I personally end up going for a Maelstrom instead. So I definitely understand the choice and I kind of agree with it too.
Okay. He is also gone for that 100 power shot damage, so 520 damage per power shot. And, well, there's a shackle already. A lot of that damage coming out right now onto the Underlord and gone.
I wonder what he was doing there all by himself in front of a tower.
He was dying. That's what he was doing.
I mean, yeah, he's dead for sure.
compLexity chasing, maybe, thinking about it. They break the smoke and immediately going to go for him. Moo came to the wrong neighborhood, but he's still fairly tanky. He ends up trying to turn this one now. The Winter's Curse is only there onto one. Moo able to take away some damage there, but it is eventually going to be the death of him as Ori wants to go in for more, trying to take down Chessie. The other side of this, the Slaughter did die, but it's a killing spree for Ori, and Limp finally back into the fray. Is going to try and take this fight, but it's an Aegis here. Burrow Strike now. Can they turn it? It's going to burn through the Aegis. They're also disarming the Weaver. Not bad there, but Limp, he's going to be so freaking low when they come out of this one, and the silence immediately is there. They're going to have the Shackle. He ends up going to have to go for the deny.
I was kind of worried this would happen. I was going to call it an anti-timing because the BKB wasn't a courier, but I still wanted to take the fight for some reason. I don't understand why. Granted, they did kill the Prophet and he had to buy back, so it's a big loss on his side, but I think they could have just wiped that fight if he had BKB on him.
Can we talk about, by the way, how cool the Halberd pickup is by Limp?
You mean against the Weaver, right?
Against the Weaver or the Storm.
It is quite good, but that's what I also said. He's going for more like a utility kind of build.
Right.
Rather than a carry, like a hard carry. He's still going back to it in the end with the Butterfly, but Weaver's already building into an MKB.
Right.
Because going Butterfly and Halberds is a bit iffy when you have Wind Ranger on your team already. because it gives them even more reason to build an MKB.
So what if he just disassembles this afterwards into like a Manta, or rather a Sanjin Yasha and a Butterfly together?
But what would he... What do you mean? He already has a Manta style.
Right, if you do, well, I guess just the Sanjin Yasha, and do you not want a Sanjin Yasha late game?
I mean,
With
it is
gyro?
good, but then you have like an ultimate orb floating around for nothing. If you
Okay.
disassemble a Manta, right?
Well, oh, you're right. That's a good point. Unless he buys another Yasha.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy double Yasha, you could technically do it.
Yeah. He disassembles that into a, what? I don't know.
I don't think he will disassemble it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's just going to go for Butterfly. But as I said, when you have a Wind Ranger in your team, it's a bit bad for her to do that because you give the Weaver an even bigger reason to go for this MKB, right?
Yeah.
And Wind Ranger hates MKBs.
Well, in the mid lane, Fenrir gonna get dove. The shackle is there. They have more than enough damage.
Yep.
Maybe they hit a timing here where it doesn't even matter that Gyrocopter's not going for crazy carry items.
They definitely could. Although now the Storm has BKB, so the next fight is gonna be a lot tougher than the one they previously had.
Okay.
They put it on top again. They have to be careful he doesn't get caught out again.
Ah, he's just gonna TP out of there.
Was
Almost
quite close
got it.
though. Yep.
Well, they're still hitting towers. The complexity 5-man is real. Bottom lane is gonna need to be pushed back out again.
Wait, Weaver just finished MKB, so
Okay.
this Wind Ranger dies very quickly, and so does the Gyro.
Yeah,
So
that's
be careful.
scary. All right, moving forward. Complexity looking for a fight. I mean, is this still an okay fight for them? How scary is it to fight into the MKB on Weaver?
They don't know he has MKB,
Right.
but it is not a very good fight if they take it. Now Winter is also alive, they need to get back, and that's what they're doing. All right.
So 2 tier 2 towers taken for complexity.
By the way, something we didn't talk about before, Storm had a gem, and he died with it, and the Sand King took it now. It was actually an even bigger loss than I realized at the time.
Yeah. They've been able to get some good wards down around this area. You see the vision from Vici, and it's pretty much all over this spot.
Yeah.
Wanting to play around that. So now with this Gyrocopter that has a really high net worth relative to everybody else in the pool.
So he is not going Butterfly, he's going Skadi instead.
Huh.
Getting more tanky.
Okay.
But I'm just afraid they don't have damage.
Oh, Moo is dead.
Yeah, Moo's... Oh yeah.
That was a lot of damage. Make sure that he gets the Bloodstone charge as well.
Yeah. It's alright.
All right, and Kyle getting close to his Blink Dagger also here. But you're not a big fan of the Scotty so much?
Yeah, 'cause they lack damage, I think.
Okay.
Like, who's gonna deal with the Storm once he gets the Shiva's Guard after the Orchid?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, I guess the plus side for this is you do have the +3 flat cannon attacks, so it's like an extra, what, 100 or 250 damage roughly per extra attack.
Yeah, I mean, Skadi's certainly not bad. You can tank up a lot and still build into damage afterwards. I'm just a bit scared during the transition of that. Like, you build the Skadi and then you want to go for a Butterfly, for example. The transition between that 5,000 gold is going to be quite scary for them.
Okay.
Damage-wise.
Well, Storm Spirit, he's trying to zip away, but they just TP'd in here, the Nature's Prophet, and
That's who
Chassis?
he's looking for. Yep, BKB, pop.
seeing if they can find the finish, and they are going to be able to pull him back in, get the kill.
And he bought back as well, so he's dead for 80. And Roshan is respawning in 90 seconds, so they got lucky with their late respawn.
Yep.
If Roshan respawned right now, it's actually almost game over for them. It's very, very hard to play after that. Because the Weaver will have a cheese and the Storm will have an Aegis, and they couldn't even combat them the last time.
Look at this, too, as well. Paparazzi's going for the Nullifier as his next item.
Nullifier is amazing against Gyrocopter right now. He has so many active items.
Yeah. Not being able to use them would certainly hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
And you see, like, the thing I will say, though, about the rest of the complexity lineup is you kind of make up for some of the damage issues with the, like, Wind Ranger here being a position 4 at level 19.
But what's going to happen to the Wind Ranger right now? Storm jumps him, he kills him in 2 seconds.
Okay, that's not good. That's not great.
Because he has an Orchid right now. As soon as the Wind Ranger gets Orchided, he can't Wind Run, and he's just dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just dead like that anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe 3 seconds.
that was a little bit less than 2 seconds, actually. That was pretty rough, man. I'm not going to lie.
And Roshan is gonna respawn in 30 seconds. Wind Ranger dead for 70.
Well, just when things are starting to look up again.
Like, I'm not completely sold on the position for Wind Ranger yet.
You're not?
He like didn't. He had a really good early game. He pressured a lot. Did a lot of stuff, but come mid game, he was actually just kind of pushing out creep waves, and the impact, like he kind of just fell off.
So you're telling me you're not going to play position 4 Wind Ranger with me?
No, I play a lot of position 2 Wind Ranger. I love that. But position 4 seems a bit iffy.
Okay, I like it.
Although it seems like the way they play position 4 heroes is always that he transitions into like another core, and CoL is always like the position 6 kind of hero. Or DD Weaver, that Roshan is gonna melt.
Yeah, this is too much, and I don't even know if they'd be able to come and contest if they knew that this type of thing was happening.
No, it's way too fast.
So
this Storm is gonna have an Aegis, and the Weaver's gonna have a Cheese.
My goodness. Well, Limp wanting to get into a BKB desperately, but not really feeling like it's going to come before Vici might start to put the pressure on.
It's like 4 defensive items, though.
Yeah.
BKB, Halberd, Scotty, and Manta.
He's got that Mask of Madness, though.
It's going to be a massive damage issue, though.
It is. Ain't no doubt about that. Looks like Z-Freak has a Diffusal Blade queued up next.
Yeah. Like you see, all these... Diffusal Blade? Wind Ranger? What?
Do you like it?
No.
Why not?
I mean, maybe. You burn a lot of mana, I guess.
You're going to burn all of Storm's mana. It's the plan. You keep him stunned for 1 second. It's the grand plan.
And you hit him like, what, 4 times and you burn 200 mana?
Do you like it?
No.
Oh, I already asked you that.
2.2k mana, you burn 200?
Deja vu?
I
Do
mean,
you like that?
He probably regens more than he burns.
That's probably true. That is a scary thought as well.
Top lane. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They're going Senking instead.
Oh, my God.
And Senking has a gem.
Kyle's going to go down there. Storm's able to reclaim his gen. Ori is just bullying people now.
He dropped his Kaya.
Yeah.
And he got it back.
He's also going to be almost towards the Lincoln Sphere here.
Yeah, and almost level 25 as well.
Jeez. Yeah, level-wise, there's a couple of other 25s. Gyrocopter's getting closer to it. The homing missile charges. Don't know if that's really going to make a difference. Global call down is also an option, but that seems unlikely.
Pit Lord is actually level 22. He got a bit of a Shiva's Guard as well as another plate mill. 41 armor, Guardian Greaves, Pipe.
He's a big boy.
He is a big boy.
And he got the 70 attack speed as
And
well.
now the damage issue is going to become even more apparent because all the damage is going to be reduced by 40%.
Jeez.
Look at the gyro. Like 260 minus 40%. He's going to be hitting for what? Like 160 damage is nothing at this point.
Yeah, it's really not great. And also it's going to be a little bit slower because it's Shiva's Guard and everything else that has to do with this.
I really don't think he can go for a BKB anymore. He needs to go for Butterfly. He needs to go for damage. MKB maybe.
Rapier?
Rapier is an option too, but he is still kind of squishy because they're playing against a Slaughter.
Right.
Slaughter makes every carry squishy late game.
And he also has Mask of Madness, so he's getting more minus armor there as well.
Minus 27, just like that.
That's a rough life.
So 1k to the link and stuff. So he finished up the Diffusal Blade. Alright.
Alright, we're going to see it. See what happens with it.
Let's go, boys. Go, right now.
Do you want them to try and go on Young 11?
No, but I want to see the Diffusal Blade.
Okay, I'm with you. Oh, you know what else here? Here it is. The +1 shackle shot target. That's going to make it all work.
Oh, yeah. But I think the mini-stun focus fire is quite sick too, right? You can like perma-stun the Storm.
Oh, it's Wind Run grants invisibility is the one, though, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
you mean
the
level
difference.
20?
Yeah.
Oh, he has cooldown reduction on level 25.
Yeah. It's not a bad one, 30%.
I think Wind Run grants invisibility is pretty garbage here because Storm got
the gem.
No, who got a gem now? Someone. Slaughter? Oh, yeah, Slaughter got a gem.
Yeah.
So Weaver finished up that Nullifier. If he gets that on Gyro before he BKBs, he's actually just going to drop.
Yeah, and also it's a nice thing to purge. The jump forward, Ori, he's found himself Pugna. He knows who he wants. Does have the Ghost Scepter, able to get that one off, but immediately taken away.
He got Nullified.
Yeah, and Limp able to throw out some damage here. They're going to force him back for a moment, but that's rough when you lose Moo like that. And he doesn't really have buyback either, so 50 seconds with the Pugna on the sidelines. Showing the rough areas of this complexity draft. This jump forward again. Burrow Strike misses. Oh, Ori He's just making a fool of him right here as they go forward for more. Chessie going to drop here as well. They do end up connecting with that homing missile, but Limp trying to do whatever damage he can. It's not really that much, though. You talk about that damage reduction. It's just all over the place. The Burrow Strike does come out a second time now from Young 11, but it's not going to happen. Everybody is still alive still from Vici Gaming.
185 bonus damage for Pit Lord. Look at that. Bam!
And then movement speed, or attack speed. Look at him go. He's angry. Burrow Strike, Epicenter. Is this going to be enough? They need to get out this extra bit of damage, but Limp isn't really doing it. They get the Winter's Curse as the turnaround comes around, and now they're going to start to lose absolutely everybody. Look at the damage coming in from that Weaver. Limp is dead. Kyle's dead. There's no buyback. Good game, well played, called.
Yep. They had their moments in the early game, but they missed their timing window where they really had to pressure them down. We spoke about it. Like, they reach mid-late game, they can't contest this lineup at all. Yeah. And that's pretty much what happened. No damage, no ways to deal with the Storm and the Weaver. And yeah. They chose to go for a very cheesy early game kind of draft. And that's what I mean with unstable. Like, this kind of draft is very unstable because like there's too many ways it can go wrong.
Okay.
You saw that Stormy was really poor, but then they just stacked jungle for him. He got a couple of kills, and suddenly was back in the game. And that's the winning condition they have.
Right.
For CoL, the winning condition is keep him down, keep him down, keep him down even more, and at some point go high ground when you have a really big advantage. But they could never build it up. I still think the Pit Lord or the Underlord was a perfect pick against them, and that instant pick of Pugna was I thought it was really it was weird.
Okay.
Because you don't want to pick a full push lineup against the Underlord, right? It's kind of like the counter to that.
Yeah, it's the perfect answer.
As well as a Winter Wyvern.
Yeah. And you're always able to make sure the lanes are pushed out. You can come join the team when you need to.
That's why I was wondering, were they kind of just like too set on it